Welcome back to Fixing Up in association with Amazon. We're pretty well on with our restoration of our SL320, a soon-to-be gorgeous car and soon-to-be winnable as well. You can enter the prize draw to win this fantastic car from September the 15th, 2022 to December the 4th, 2022 by either filling out the entry form on amazon.co.uk/fixingup or by following the instructions on the Amazon UK Facebook and Instagram channels. And you could be driving off in this modern classic.
So far, we've repaired the bodywork, we've rebuilt the brakes using Bosch components, and we've replaced the rear dampers.
And I've also serviced the engine using filters by Pollen Filter, Liqui-Moly oils, and then Clive fitted a Yuasa battery, as we had to use our NOCO booster on the old one.
So last time we said we changed the gearbox fluid and filters. Now they're called sealed for life, but don't you ever believe that.
Hence the dipstick.
Danny, you say the nicest things. Now actually this is a special dipstick so that once we've drained the fluid from the gearbox, we know exactly how much fluid to put back in.
Brilliant.
And that is critical.
Let's get cracking. Now it's time to change the spark plugs, and we've got these spark plugs from Bosch here. This hasn't been off for some time, so it's a little bit stiff, but there you go. What we've got here is the cover, and under there are the spark plugs. I'm just going to put a little bit of LM40 in again. Yeah, that's come. Brilliant. That is a relief. They're all turning now in their threads at least. Okay, so take off the cover, and here we are. We have 6 spark plugs. They're all nestling underneath their leads and covers. I don't think these have been off for a long time. Right, well I'm going to start at the front and work my way back because I'm bare of very little brain, but to do that I need to take number 2 out because the lead covers where number 1 lead goes in. So we've got a 16mm plug socket. Plug sockets are really important because they have a shoulder in them and often a small magnet as well, which helps lift the plug out. Okay, I'm trying very hard not to exert too much pressure on this. And then it's moving. So easy to strip a thread on a plug like this. Yeah, right. We can see the electrode on the end. It's very dark and it is a bit wet, which says to me that this car has been running quite rich. So we've put 5 Bosch spark plugs in. This is the last one. Drop it down the bore gently. Start it on its thread by hand. Never go in with a wrench straight away. For the last quarter turn or so, I'm just going to give it a little nip up. There. We pop the last of the leads on. Time to put the cover back on.
Now this is the part, as I said earlier, I'm really not looking forward to. I've got to go in and take an awful lot of stuff out and dig very deep to get to where we need to be at the heater motors. But on the plus side, while I do that, I can install a new pollen filter by Pollen Filter at the same time. Wow, I don't know who did that up. Right, that's gone. So, with a bit of luck, we're in. Oh my word. Danny, come and have a look at this.
Lovely.
Try that. Hey.
There you go. Wow.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, look at that. That is just extraordinary. I don't know if I've ever seen one that bad.
Right, now to get this shroud out, which should allow me to get to the heater blower. There you go.
Don't round it off. Oh, there you go. A piece of luck. And your luck will change sooner or later.
I was hoping someone else would turn up and do it for us.
Yeah.
That's it. We're finally at the heater motor, and I'm going to remove it so that I can test it on the bench. I didn't want to do that in the car in case I caused an electrical short and damaged something else. If you've ever wondered what happens when you press the switch for the fan in your car, this should be it. And there you go, the fan itself is actually working perfectly. Now the heater motor's back in the car, we're going to try and test it on the car. I'm just going to plug it back in. I've noticed that the connection here is really badly corroded. So that could have been the problem in the first place. I'm going to give it a clean up with some of this Liquid Moly LM40. And because I can't find Danny's toothbrush, I'm going to use one of these Amazon Basics brushes to get in there and get rid of all the corrosion. Let's give that a go.
Shall I press the big red button?
Contact.
Yes.
And it works. Just try it on all the settings, please.
Brilliant.
Perfect. So we had to dig deep, but in the end we found out it was just a dirty connection after all.
Right, well that's 3.5 hours or so that Clive won't be able to get back in a hurry. On the way down, we took out the old cabin filter, and we think this is probably the original manufacturer filter from when the car was built in 1996, and is going to be replaced by this filter from Man Filter, brand new. Look at the difference, absolutely extraordinary, and it means we're going to get some fresh air in the cabin.
So as part of servicing this vehicle, we want to change the oil in the gearbox. It's supposed to be sealed for life, but believe me, they run a lot better and last a lot longer if you regularly change the oil. So to do that, we've got a Man filter kit for the gearbox. And to start with, we've got a dipstick and we need to find out how much fluid is in the gearbox. Now, it's fitted with an anti-tamper plug, which we've removed. So I'm going to feed this down to the bottom, pull that out, and then there will show me that it's absolutely full.
So what are we doing here then, Clive?
Well, we're going to drain the gearbox so we can change the filter.
Okay, so we've got a little gearbox drain plug here. And why are we collecting it in something clear and clean?
So we can calculate exactly how much has come out, so we can put the same amount back in. These gearboxes won't like the wrong quantity of fluid in them. And the biggest hurdle we face initially is getting this plug out, because they are notorious for seizing. Yeah. So, do you feel lucky?
Come on, let's give it a go.
So I'm going to use some of this Liquid Moly spray, which has got a freezing action on it.
Okay.
Yes, we're lucky.
We've done it.
We're lucky.
Cool.
Because being unlucky can be really tedious.
Yeah. Well, that's not very clean, is it?
It smells a bit burnt. Not nice. I think we were well overdue an oil change.
We're going to take the pan off and see what that holds for us. That's why I'm holding this tray here.
Okay, now we're going to be quite careful about this because we don't want to distort the pan.
Whoa!
Like that.
Happy days.
That's way more than I thought would come out of it.
Yeah. It's at least another litre in there.
And there's the filter that's
the old
may
filter.
or may not have been properly attached.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to take this away now, Clive, with the pan, and I'm going to start cleaning. Clean the pan outside and in. Get the nasties off the outside as well.
Okay, so we've got our Man filter kit here, and from that I'm going to fit the gasket to the sump pan of the gearbox. And once I've done that, I'm going to fit the filter unit itself to the gearbox.
So here's the filter from Man Filter, and we are going to make sure it fits its slot in the locating hole and then pop it up. Let's just make sure it goes in straight. There. Okay, now I'm going to hold my arms aloft while Clive gets busy. We're using Liquid Moly ATF. It's the Top Tech 1200, which is compatible with the SL320. And we've got a litre jug here. I'm filling Clive up a litre at a time because we know we need to get 3.5 litres into that because that's what came out. So this is the second of our 3.5. Lovely stuff.
Got to be very careful about it. We're going to try and refill it down the dipstick hole, which is not that large. Okay, so that's 3.5 litres out of the gearbox that we took, 3.5 litres back in. Now we'll check it with the dipstick to see how close we are. Fantastic, that's absolutely bang on initially. So now we need to run the engine and check the level again.
Right, put it into park, then back into reverse, back into neutral. Now I'm going to go into drive. I'll take it to 2, down into first, back into neutral. I think that's enough.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm pleased to say that's exactly where it should be. Well, Danny, that was another busy day.
But successful.
I do feel we're on the home straight now.
Yes, we are. And remember, if you're in the UK, you could win this car. You can enter the prize draw from September the 15th, 2022 to December the 4th, 2022 by either filling out the entry form on amazon.co.uk/fixingup or by following the instructions on the Amazon UK Facebook and Instagram channels. Good luck. We will see you next time on Fixing Up
In association with Amazon.
See you then.